Hi, it's day 5 of Making Music 101. And today we're going to be talking about what the heck a melody is and what harmony is. And we're going to be making our first song with simultaneous notes. So let's start with what melody is. So whenever you hear a song, whatever the singer is singing, that's basically the melody. It's what we sing. It's what gets stuck in our heads. It's a pattern of notes with pitch and with rhythm. And it's one note at a time, one after the other. Let's look at an example. This is a melody. Let's see if you can recognize it. Did you recognize it? No? The notes are all there in the right order, but the rhythm is off. Now let's see if you recognize it. Did you recognize it this time? It's Joy to the World. As you can see and hear, if the rhythm is off, the melody is off as well. Now let's talk about harmony. Harmony is the context. It's how notes and sounds interact with one another. So imagine you're preparing a delicious dessert and you start off with vanilla ice cream. Then you add some zucchini, and then you add some gravy, and then you add some salsa. Are you nauseous already? Yep, sounds pretty gross. Even if those foods are delicious on their own, the combination of them is what makes it disgusting. And music can sound disgusting as well, especially if you start blending sounds that don't go well with each other. Now, I'm not going to teach you all about harmony in just 5 minutes. It's a very deep and complex topic, but I will give you 2 tips that'll help you get started. Tip number 1. Start simple. The more ingredients you mix in, the easier it is to mess it up. So start simple. Maybe don't play 5 notes at a time the whole song. Maybe just start 2 notes at a time in one part of the song and see how that goes. Keep it simple. So this is an example of not keeping it simple. It's still the same melody of Joy to the World, but I added a bunch of notes. Beautiful, isn't it? Sounds kind of like that zucchini sundae I was talking about before. So now let's look at an example of keeping it simple. Same melody, but I just added a few notes in a very simple rhythmic pattern. I added very few notes and carefully checked if they blend well with the melody. And I kept a very simple pattern, as you can see. Let's listen. Definitely not the most beautiful version of Joy to the World, but it sounds way better than the last version I played. Tip number 2, trust your ears. You've been listening to music your whole life. Your brain already knows what sounds good and what doesn't. Now, with that in mind, today's challenge is about making a song with a few simultaneous notes. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with a brand new canvas. I'm going to go to settings. If you haven't noticed, we usually start with a pentatonic scale. Scales are basically like harmony templates, like color palette presets that make composing a lot easier. The pentatonic scale is awesome because it only uses 5 notes, which rarely clash with each other. You can basically do whatever you want and it'll still sound harmonic and pretty. The other is the major scale. This has 7 notes now, same 5 notes of the pentatonic scale, but it added 2 more notes. This scale is what most music we listen to is built on. It's still pretty good, but you can definitely get some clashes. And then there's a chromatic scale. It has all 12 notes. I highly recommend that you do not use it because it's very easy to get notes that clash with one another, and it's very easy to lose the sense of harmony. I'm going to start with a pentatonic, as always. I'm going to leave the 2 octaves, start with just 2 bars, and split beats into 1. I'm going to start with a simple melody. Let's listen. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm actually going to increase it to 3 octaves. Let's hear it. I'm going to move it all up 1 octave. So each one of these, that's 1 octave. This is another octave. This is another octave. So I'm going to move it all 1 octave up. I'm going to erase these. I think I like that better. Let's see. I'm going to do 4 bars now. I don't need to copy it all again. Okay, let's start putting a note beneath it. I like to start off by just doing a simple pattern of the same notes and then switch it up in the next section. Let's listen. So I kind of don't like, I think these two kind of clash, so I'm going to try something different. See how that sounds. I want to try something different. I'm going to start with this. Let's start there. See if that works. I'm going to split the beats into 2 so we can get something more interesting rhythmically. I'm going to move this here, see if that sounds more interesting. Maybe I can put some notes underneath this. Let's see how that sounds. I'm not sure about this one. I'll move it down. That should definitely work because it's the same note but an octave apart. Even though it works, I'm going to try something a bit different. Let's see how that sounds. I'm going to flip around this melody. See how that sounds. Sounded awful. This one clashed with the other one. Maybe I can do this. I already know that the orange and green sound good together. Now I just flip them around and let's see if they still sound good together. Nope. Just leave it as is. And maybe I can add a beat. Let's see. basics. Cool, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm gonna go ahead and save it, copy the link, head over to the Discord, lesson 5, and share. And we're done for today. So today we learned what a melody is, what harmony is, and we built our first song with simultaneous notes. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know on Discord if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you tomorrow in our next lesson.